Here's a rapid fire run through of my personal finance routine that works for me but may be controversial. For context, I'm in my mid-20s, I work in tech and live in Los Angeles. My underlying personal finance philosophy is if I were to think of myself as a company, there is more upside to increasing my revenue/income than massaging the cost/spending numbers. I would rather use the 20 to 30 minutes most financial gurus teach you to use for weekly budgeting on other fun stuff like reading a book or going to dance class. In other words, I budget very loosely, and this works for me because I'm young, I don't have high interest debt, I don't have a lot of material desires, and I'm relatively frugal for my age. You should take this with a grain of salt whether or not you're in a similar situation, but without further ado, the first thing I do before my paychecks even hit my account is allocate it such that part of it goes into my main checking account and part of it goes straight to my high yield savings account. For my main checking account, I treat it as an emergency cash fund. I keep just enough in there to cover very short-term emergencies, Venmo people for splitting the bill for food, and avoid paying my bank and maintenance fee because sometimes checking accounts will have a minimum deposit threshold. So the majority of my cash sits in my high yield savings account, and that is also where I pay off all of my bills. I've set up all of my bills to be on auto pay, including credit cards, car, housing. And this has been a true game changer because every single month, without me even thinking about it, like clockwork, all of my bills are taken care of. And the most obvious but underrated automation that you can set up for your personal finances is investing. I've set up a weekly transfer from my savings account to my brokerage account, and I've also set up auto investing in my brokerage account into ETFs and single stocks. So again, I don't even have to think about it, and I'm making progress towards investing. And the beauty of this is you can start really small and adjust the numbers as you go, so you can eventually maximize your investing relatively painlessly. And finally, the only financial routine I have is for 5 to 10 minutes each month, I'll audit all of my accounts, calculate my net worth, and check my high yield savings account to ensure that there is no more money than I absolutely need for 3 to 4 months of living. Some people have up to a 9 to 12 month emergency fund. I don't think that's necessary at my stage of life. I want to prioritize having as much money invested as possible because it will grow so much faster. That's my simple, stupid personal finance routine. Sorry, it got really dark. It's raining here in Los Angeles. Let me know if I'm making any glaring mistakes, and I'll see you next time. Bye.